In this video we'll be discussing the material purchase order transaction. Now, as you know, this is the transaction that you would create to your supplier in order to buy any kind of raw materials. And when we talk about that, we mean actually either fabrics or trims or any other materials that you might need to use in production and create a purchase order for, and also maintain inventory for, since that when you start creating purchase orders on Aria and you receive the incoming materials, your inventory will be updated on the system. In order to create a transaction, we will need to be in the transaction section. Then we're going to go to materials, material purchase orders, then purchase order. As you can see, there are some other transactions in this section, like the contract, in order to create a contract, long-term contract with your supplier, and the other one is a return purchase order, and this we will use in case if you decided to return any of the raw materials to the supplier. And there are two transactions that will be discussed in further videos. Like all other transactions in Aria, you start by clicking on new. It estimates for you the completion date, and as you can see, it gives you like around about 3 month period. You have the ability, of course, to change the date, and in case if you're planning to receive the merchandise in more than one location at the same time, we will click on that button on checkbox. First question I get, as you can see, the status is open, and the first question I get, who's your supplier? So I'm selecting this vendor, and I'm going to say here on the right hand side that I'm planning to receive this raw material in my Brooklyn warehouse. As you can see, the dates on the left hand side controls the purchase order, so it's entered on this day, expected to be completed at this day, and available at my warehouse at this day. The available date is very important date, since this is the date that we are going to use in order to calculate and estimate material requirement, material availability dates and things of that sort. Like also other transactions in Aria, these parameters are used to control the transaction and retrieve reports and information later. And they also set some important information related to the PO itself. So this is both for the women's division, and we're planning to pay with 810 EOM. We're shipping it UPS ground, and the group who's responsible for buying this item is the accessories, or this PO is the accessories purchasing group. In case if there is any insurance policy or insurance for that PO, we would type the insurance information over here, like the insurance company, insurance policy number, and anything of that sort. And for imported purchase orders, the country of origin, the FOB, the buyer name, the quota category for importing purposes, like in for harmonized taxes and stuff like that, and required for the production of for example cut ticket number, for example. All of this supporting information will be pulled out for you from the supplier if it is added on the supplier on the vendor screen, and if not, then it will come to you blank over here, and you will be able to edit and change the origin, the FOB, the buyer, the quota category, and so on. Right now, this is the work in progress link for the general ledger purposes. It's an advanced topic that we will discuss later when we discuss linking the system to the general ledger. Now I'm going to move into the details tab in order to start entering the information or the details of what do I need to buy. I'm using my mouse and clicking on new. I have two choices over here. Now I'm buying from this supplier. I either can use my item numbers, or I can use the supplier item numbers, which was added on the reference database as we discussed in other videos. So whichever is easier for you. I know that my item that I need to buy, for example, I need to buy this specific button, which is this guy, and there is no supplier item entered for this guy, so this is why it's coming blank. But if there is, it will show up. I'm going to give you another example here. So this item, for example, has a supplier item associated to it. So I had the choice right now. When I click on new, I selected the fabric and the color, meaning my fabric number and color number, or I could have done this. Let's remove this. I'm going to click on new, and instead of selecting the fabric and item number over here, I'm just going to simply open this list, and it tells me here is every item supplier number for Pressman. So if I choose this item, this means automatically for me this item with the color white. Okay. And when I print my purchase order later, it's going to tell the supplier that we're planning to buy this knitted polyester item number, which is this number in your system. So this way we guarantee that there will be no mistakes, and he's going to ship us the item that we are looking for. Now, based on the item setup, this item comes in yards. So this is how we usually buy it, and we're buying it with this price, 1503. This is plus, of course, any other additional expenses. And what we need to do is we just need to go over here and say, okay, we're buying 100 yards. If there is any additional information that you want to put, like if there is a pattern number, like a print number for that specific item, or if there is a specific reference for it, or a specific quota category, or a specific width, you can update this information over here. If the information that you're putting on the header part applies to all items, then you don't need to do any kind of changes. I'm going to click on new again, and the system automatically gives me the following color, since that we're expecting that usually people buy more than one color of the same item. And I would do the same thing exactly. I'm going to go to the total quantity and see this is another 100 yards. Then I'm going to click on new, and it gives me the white color, which we already did input, so I'm just going to skip that part. We got the black and the white, and yes, this item comes in those two colors. And let's say that I want to buy this button, so I want to show you something related to the buttons here. So as we said, if there is a supplier item number, it will automatically pop for you, and you have the ability to choose even the item using the supplier item number. If not, it will come blank for you as that, as you can see. Now, this button was set to be bought by a bulk, and we automatically know that within each bulk there is 144 buttons. The estimated price for the bulk, or the standard price for the bulk, is $40. And let's say that I am buying here 20 boxes, 20 bucks. Now, also know that you have the ability to change the price here in case if you negotiated any kind of better deals. And the cost for this button actually is not just the $40. There is still shipping charges, there is still freight charges, quotas, taxes, and anything of that sort. If you wanted to edit the cost for anything else other than the purchase price, this is where you need to go. So what I did, I went to options, then edit cost per line, and okay, we're air shipping this item, for example. I'm in a hurry to get it, so this is going to bring my cost up to 0.25 cents per bulk, for example, and that will update the cost for that item. Then you click on new, and you enter the second one, third one, fourth one, as many as you like, with the same exact idea. When done, I'm going to use my mouse and click on the summary tab just to confirm my totals. So in total we're buying 220 units, and of course nothing is received so far. There is no damages or seconds, there is no cancellation, there is still 220 pieces open. With that, we have the total estimated cost of $2,581, $24.30 for the merchandise, $29 for freight, $85 for taxes, and $37 for quota. And if I want to see an average cost per unit, I would simply click on this button on the lower left hand side to switch between cost per purchase order and cost per unit. Everything looks okay and accurate for me. Then I would save. If not, and if I need to enter any kind of additional information, I will just simply go back to the details and change or add as many information as I like, and go back again here to check on my totals. You can assign an LC number to the purchase order, but the LC needs to be added on the LC database first. This is another also advanced topic that we will discuss in future videos. When we are done, I'm just using my mouse to click on the save button. It gives me the PO number. I click OK. It will ask me the standard question that you get after adding any information to the system, if you'd like to enter any kind of those. You can say yes, and you start entering any kind of shipping related or packing related notes, and clicking on save. System also gives you the ability to enter the purchase, to print the purchase order. If you click yes, it will print that PO that we just entered. If I click no, then I can enter as many POs as I like. Then we go to the printing part of the system in order to print